Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another Auschidys Trash Show. Na kama kawaida, we are at Portland Sports Club. And today we are honored and privileged to have a very courageous woman in the house. Her name is Lucy Mwangi. But before I ask her to say hi to us, I will ask the Auschidys Trust founder, Mr. Martin Kilavi, to say hello to us.
Thank you, Maureen, for having us in the show today. We are glad to be here, and to our viewers, I hope you are enjoying your day or the afternoon or the evening, depending on which corner of the world you're watching us from. We are happy for the support that you've given us so far, and continue liking, subscribing into the channel Auschidys Trash Show, where we discuss disability matters.
Thank you very much. Viewers, as I said, today we have this wonderful family with us. I will ask the mother of the house, Lucy Mwangi, to introduce her family. Karibu sana, welcome very much.
Welcome.
And thank you for making time for this show.
Welcome.
Thank you, Maureen. Thank you, Mr. Martin.
Yes.
Yeah, and also thank you for giving us the platform.
Yes.
So that we can be here. We are Mwangis and we love Jesus.
Amen.
I am Lucy Mwangi and I am a mother, proud mother of two.
Yes.
I have, my first daughter is Veronica Joki,
Yes.
and my second, or the last born, is James Muigai.
Okay.
And we thank God we are with them here today.
Yes.
Joki is very okay, and James is the one who has a condition of mild autism, which has brought us here today.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Great. So this is James.
Yes.
Hi, James. Hi, James. Can you say hi to our viewers?
Hi to our viewers.
That's nice. That's my boy. Okay, Joki, can you say hi to your viewers? To the viewers?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for watching this show.
Wow, beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes. And so as I said earlier, we are really honored to have you. I know it's a sacrifice even coming to the show, and we are glad that you came. Dear viewers, allow us to allow Joki and the brother to have their time, so that we can have a humble time with the mother, so that she can take us through the journey. Lucy, tell us who you are, who Lucy is, probably your family life. Take us through your story.
Thank you, Maureen. I don't know where to start, but at least every story has its beginning.
Yes.
So I don't want so much to concentrate on my life, but I may do it a brief way.
Yes.
I'm Lucy Mwangi. Mwangi is my husband, and of course he is late. Mother of two, as I had said before.
Yes.
I have grown up at Nyeri. Do you wanted to know about my education?
Yeah, if you're
My school
comfortable.
life?
You're free to say whatever you want to say about yourself.
Okay.
We don't limit people in this show.
I'm well educated and a business lady. At the same time, I happened to be a teacher one time, like around 10 years. So
Wow.
once a teacher, always a teacher.
teacher.
I then later joined up in business. And then my husband passed around 2015
Sorry about that.
when my son was 6 months and my daughter was 6 years.
Okay.
So there is an age gap of around 6 years. Around 6 years. And I came to realize about James later on. After 2 years, after the passing of the father, around 2 years, I came to realize James has a problem in development milestones. And when I realized that, before I had to come to terms with the husband's death and also to accept.
Yes.
That is when it hit on me also my son has a problem. So it was not a small issue. It was an issue that I had to deal with it in a better way, to be sober up and to become strong enough. Yes.
Wow.
It was a journey.
Wow.
Maybe I may go back and tell you I am the last born in a family of 11.
Wow.
I don't fear to say that.
11 children.
Yes.
You're blessed.
Yes. My parents, of course, they are not alive. My father had passed on before, around 2013. My husband passed on around 2015. And my mom passed on 2017. So the mother whom I was expecting that he will be there for me, she withdrew from my life. And I was to be on my own 2 feet. Yes, yes. But all in all, God has been faithful. Yes.
Amen. Sorry about the loss. You've gone through so much loss from your father to your mother to your husband. And so we can only tell you pole sana.
It's okay.
And also congratulate you for being a strong woman. Because this far, you must have been a very strong woman. Really, we cannot take that for granted. You've said you noticed that James was having some delayed milestones at 2 years. Yes, maybe you can take us through that phase. What kind of milestones are you checking? Is it sitting down? Is it crawling? Is it talking?
Maybe you can also start from telling us, was there any complication when you're having James?
Yeah.
You could start from there.
Why I have tried to connect the two issues about being a widow and also losing, and also having my son being left at around 6 months, and also getting to know that he's autistic. I was a young mother of around 31 years. I had the daughter. She grew very well, very fast, very bright. And here I have a son. And when we come to the African setup, you know very well, if you don't have a son, it's like there is no future.
I thought a kid is a kid.
I thought
that one is about
it's about mentality.
But I'm talking about the African.
The African. It's
African way.
Yes, true. Yes,
and it is good to call a spade a spade.
Yes, it's true.
And accept the fact. When you get the both mixed up, like a boy and a girl, you feel good. You feel good. But when you find that it's not the same case, I don't think you keep on adding so that you can see whether you get a boy or a girl. You become contented because we say mtoto ni mtoto na wote ni baraka. Lakini ukishaganyishiwa, it's good.
The better.
Yeah, it's good. Okay. Better to say it. It's good.
All right.
You may like it anyway. So when I found out, like, now I have lost my husband, and here now I was a young mother. I'm not in any hurry of getting married anyway. People could have been expecting of that, but that was not me. I was a believer. Before I got married, I was a saved girl.
Yes.
So I knew where we have come from, with God.
Yes.
And I knew very well that the God who was with me there back is still the same God who is still with me. But I was, what can I talk about? Nilikuwa na hiyo roho ya kusikia, kujirudisha. Why me? Why me getting saved, living in salvation, at the same time at the climax of my marriage, or around at the middle, and because it was around 7 years, I lost my husband at a very young age. At the same time, the boy that I'm looking at is the future of now, the continuity of my family.
Yes.
He is like, the way you are developing, this is not the normal way. This is not the normal way. That one gave me a trauma. In fact, the hate was more than the hate of the husband. Yes, because now this is like, I could see it like it's a disease that is there. Na nile unadilo nayo na iko hapo kila siku. You know, when it comes to death, you deal with the death na unapona, manake mtu huyo hayuko hapo.
Yes.
Unaenda kupona haraka.
But this is
but
a
you wake
constant
up
reminder
to find that huyu mtoto vile anaendelea, these milestones, instead of growing, in fact ni kama zina returned. Ni kama anarudi nyuma. You fail to understand, is this witchcrafting? Is this something to do with ni kama si kawaida? And when I count now the laws that I have gone through, inashindwa ni kuroho ama kuna shida nyumbani kwetu.
Okay.
So you have to contemplate all these things because we are human beings. You allow yourself to be emotional. You allow yourself to go through bitterness. So I was now dealing with the loss of my husband
Yes.
and my son.
So
The condition of my son.
sorry about that. And so you've just told us that James' condition hit you more
Yes.
than the death.
Yes.
Because now this one you have to live with it.
Yes.
And of course you started asking yourself questions. And it's normal. It's normal as human beings. We'll ask ourselves questions.
It's normal.
But you know what? In this show, we say there's nothing like witchcraft.
And Maureen, allow me to ask Lucy.
Yes.
Take us back. I'm keen, I want to know, and I'm sure viewers want to know.
Yes.
When you got, in the process of getting James,
Yes.
were there any complications?
So
Or
that-
you got him there were no complications?
You know, when I was getting James, my husband was alive. So as a couple, he took me to the hospital, and of course the best of the hospitals in this
No, I'm
country.
asking you as a
Yes.
mother.
Yes.
Okay, was it through cesarean or was it normal birth?
Allow me to take you there.
Yes.
So when we went to Coptic Hospital, I may not fear to mention the name,
Yes.
they took good care of me,
Yes.
and I got that child in a normal way.
So during the
was
pregnancy, there was no complication.
prolongment of the
Yes, that's what I wanted to ask.
of the labor pains. It is within the normal time. It was within the normal time.
Yes.
Or,
Yes.
Yeah, because I think what Martin wanted to pick was if there was any fetal
Any
distress.
distress, yeah.
Fetal distress, because we have noticed with some of the parents, autism is being brought by
Yes.
the fetal distress. Yes, that's why we wanted to,
Yes,
to
that's why I was
establish. Is
asking.
it that or is it
Yes.
anything, something else?
So James came
No.
there was no complications.
There was no
Even the
complication
pregnancy was
with
smooth?
me.
Even the pregnancy was smooth?
The pregnancy was so smooth.
Okay.
Up to the gestation or to the D-Day.
Yes, yes.
Yes, I went there. The doctor had written for me 28th or 14th, and I of 28th of was April, and the same day that is when I delivered James.
Wow.
Within the period of 9 hours, labor pains of 9 hours, around 5 up to 3.
You had the
That is the normal.
That's
the
normal.
normal time.
Okay, now we picked what we wanted.
Yes.
And I'm sure now our viewers are following. So let's proceed with yeah.
Yeah, so Lucy, you've discovered that James has a condition. You've asked yourself all these questions, and it is normal to do so.
Yes.
Yeah, you didn't do any sin. Yes. So what do you do from there? Do you take
Now-
him to hospital?
You know, when I was at that age, and of course I had the firstborn,
Yes.
and now this is the secondborn.
Yes.
Remember myself, I was a teacher. So I know I was a good disciplinarian, if it is to bring up the kid. I know I'm good in discipline. But this one, he was all over. Within a period of, now around 1 and 8 months, between 1 year and 8 months. It's 1 year and a half, call it 1 year and a half. When I realized the development milestones are not in order, the way I know, because I used even to remind myself through those booklets that pregnant mothers are given
Yes.
to check the milestones, to follow up. And I was eager to see my son growing up to replace the father. Or
Yes.
I see the father figure in the house again.
Yes.
And so I was very eager about him. And when I realized there is a problem, nikafikiria kwanza ama nimuigize shule ili aweze kukash up with the language very fast. Kumpeleka shule.
Wait a minute, Lucy.
Yes.
I'm not cutting you short.
Yes.
At this point, you didn't take him to hospital?
No,
We are not yet there.
not yet.
Okay.
Hey.
We are not yet.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I have to try all the things because I'm trying to eliminate the fact might be she is indoors with my house help, and might be he is indoors with my house help, and might be with house help they are too busy.
Yes.
So James is just left at the TV.
Yes.
So you're
Yeah.
trying to almost
Yes.
run away from the reality.
Oh,
Yes.
You want to
exactly.
assume that
Denial.
no, it's denial actually.
Yes.
That's
Denial.
no. There's my son has no condition.
Yes, it's denial.
Probably it's because he doesn't have people to talk with, you know, to
Yes.
play with. So if I take him to the school,
Yes.
he will play with other kids and he will develop faster. That's
Yes.
what you thought.
Yes.
Denial.
And again, when you go even to the church, people are encouraging this is boys, this is
this
the
boy is
behavior
okay.
of boys, and they grow up
Yeah.
like this. And again, I never had a boy anyway. So I had to accept it is true.
Yeah,
it
this
is
is your
true.
first one.
He is
Uh-huh.
overcoming. But for me now, I had to take him to school before even 2 years.
My goodness.
So 1 and 8 months, I took James to school. When I went to school, James never got in class. He spent the whole day outside swinging
Kuzunguka.
around. Hata alikaa na nguo za nyumbani.
Okay.
So he was not manageable. The second day, I bought the uniform and I told Maureen, now sit him down. Unajua alikuwa amezoea ile maisha ya nyumbani, hajui instruction, hajui where to go. But now he has to realize now there's a school, there is order, and also he joined the rest of
Yes.
the pupils because
Yes.
I want
Yes.
to see my kid. He is also matching the others.
Yes.
So I cautioned Maureen, kindly sit him down and let you be firm also. Na ajue kiboko hapa shule. Oh my. Wait.
What happened? Mwalimu kalisha mtoto.
Yes.
Discipline.
So remember, even if I had joined the business, I told you a teacher is still a teacher. So in my house, when he comes in the evening, I have to check what are you going through.
The homework. What
Yes.
did you do in
What
school?
did you do in school? So when I sit with James, like after 1 week, mimi naona hakuna kitu
Ameandika zero.
Ameandika. He is too hyper.
no.
Even to try to sit him down with me and with my ile ukali yangu sasa ya mwalimu keti hapa. Let
Yes.
us
do this.
Yes. This one is not working.
Eh?
Anakuwa too aggressive, anatupanisha vitu, and
my
now
God.
this one is becoming too much for me to handle. It
Okay.
became too much for me to handle.
Yes.
And at one point I had to regret, why had you to take away my husband and leave me with such a scenario? He could be better here. He had his own children. But I still had to reconcile myself.
Compose
Lucy,
yourself.
I want you, I talk to myself. Lucy, I want you to understand. You are the one who have these children. And what they will become here and after, it is all determined also by yourself.
Yeah.
So I had to deal with my own bitterness about the loss. What we call the unfinished business. I deal with it and now come to terms with the reality.
Of the reality of what is happening.
This, my boy is not a normal boy. Because even after 2 months, when I checked up with what they are doing with mwalimu, nikauliza mwalimu, ile safari ninaona mkienda na James, sioni kama mnafika. I had to tell mwalimu openly, because I have ever been a teacher. And I know those milestones are kawaida hakuna.
Yes.
And also mwalimu is starting getting bored. Remember, he is in still a normal school. Mwalimu is getting bored because he lacks she lacks concentration with the rest of the kids. Ili concentrate na
James.
James.
Yes.
James mara amekibia huko, amefanya nini. Sasa anaona huyu boy is a very uncontrollable.
Yes.
When it came to that level, one of my sisters in-law, she came in my house to visit us. Akaniambia, Mama Choki, angalia huyu mtoto, labda anaweza kuwa na issue. Would you mind to take her, to take him in the hospital for a checkup? And I felt like, what do you want to conclude?
Yeah.
What do you want to conclude? You know, I never wanted to accept
Yes.
there is a problem.
There's a problem.
You're in
James.
denial.
Yes, there is a problem. James has a problem. I never wanted to accept that.
Yes.
So, in my own way, after some time, I took him to Gertrude's. When I took him to Gertrude's, don't forget, all this time now he is 2 years. He is still in Pampers. Now we are in 2.5, he is still in Pampers. And when I compare Joki's milestones, now the elder daughter, with the James milestones, they are completely different. hata kama this one is a boy, they are completely different. So when I took him to the hospital, akafanyiwa shaking up ya masikio. Ikasemekana anasikia kuliko watu wengine wote. He was very okay that is. He was excellent. And it was very expensive. Very expensive. In fact, with the normal parents, I mean the kind
Average.
of
The unemployed maybe, yeah.
Sio rahisi. Even to get those checkups, it's not easy. So he went through that, and then later on, I was told to check something else which I couldn't recognize by then what was it. But the doctor came up with the result. James is mild autism.
Okay.
Yes, and it took us long before we were checked on that.
Because they were checking other things. Okay.
This one was the last one. So, and you know the doctor normally say it very easy. He has mild autism, And
you're
I was
wondering,
like,
what is mild autism?
What is mild autism? In fact, I couldn't capture that mild. I was capturing the word autism.
Autism.
What is autism?
Yes.
I never knew how to go by then.
Yes.
But iliniuma. Nikashindwa, what is autism? Ni kutosikia? Ni kufanya nini? And I came back to the doctor. Nikakaa kwa kiti ninangojea amalizane na watu wengine so that I can go back to her. Nikamuuliza, what is autism? For her, she don't have to explain to you. She don't have time to explain to you that what is autism. It's like she is used to this. So when she tells you that is autism, you know where to go and get the information about. But I think her work is done.
Okay.
Yes, her work is done.
Although I wish to disagree from that view, Mr. Martin,
Yes.
because I think once you are diagnosed with something, in my view, the doctor should sit you down, tell you, you know what, your son has this condition, and this condition is called mild autism. Autism is this and this. These are the symptoms. These are the things he's going to exhibit, according to me. What do you leave parents now?
I agree
Go.
with you. I agree with you, Maureen. And I must say, Lucy, yeah, you're a strong woman. You're a strong mother. You've gone through it. And we don't expect that from professionals.
Professionals.
And, maybe if they are listening to this show, we don't have an understanding. We don't have an understanding about these fancy, complicated sounding names like autism, dyslexia, cerebral palsy. Take your time, Daktari. Explain to us in a simpler way, simpler language that we will understand. We'll really appreciate that. Because not all of us that have gone through school of medicine, so we may not understand really these conditions when you pamper us with the big names and stuff like that. And so, Maureen, I think it's a call that I'm going to make and ask if they would be more humane and more gracious and step down for us, use simpler language that will make sense to us, and also take time to explain to us then
To the patient.
what, as a parent, then what next? Now that you've told me these competitions, what do I need to do as a parent so that the child will get help, which I'll call early intervention, because we've seen in this show parents who have been able to give their children early intervention in these conditions. At least they grow, of course, knowing it better and knowing how to handle the challenges, and then putting right mechanisms on time. Yes.
Yeah, allow me to say also, we are not here to crucify anybody.
No.
And I'm sure it's not every doctor who does that. I have been to hospitals whereby they sit you, even if it's a malaria test, hey, they sit you down.
Yeah.
We did this test, Miss Maureen, we did this test, and this is what we got, and you know, there are those who even the slightest of tests, they'll take you through. So I think it's not all the doctors, but even that 0.1, 0.5%, you know, that 1 in 100 should be cautioned.
Or maybe
today.
if they are, if the doctors feel maybe they are busy, they don't have much time, I think within their premises or within the their fields, they need to develop someone to mediate. Just someone to mediate, and also counseling. Because it's not
easy to be told your
Lucy,
son has autism and then you go home.
Lucy,
I mean, how do you sleep?
Tell us,
How
was
do you
it
sleep?
easy for somebody to tell you the autism even after you went to find out what it is? I mean,
So
we
please,
need to be prepared.
Doctors, please, with all respect, we respect you.
Yes.
You are so learned, my goodness. You're professionals,
Yeah.
and we trust you. Please take that 1 minute, take that 5 minutes,
Yes.
just 5 minutes. Sit down the parent, tell them, your daughter or your son has this condition.
Yes.
Mom, this is what to expect.
Yes.
Mom, this is what to do. This is how to manage. Please, just take 5 minutes.
And even more,
I mean,
and
don't
showing the
Do
positive.
not assume that they know. We don't know. Don't assume that anybody
Yes.
knows. Sit them down, take them through counseling, because it's not an easy thing. It isn't at all.
And Maureen, just to add, I would also call the doctors or whoever is going to be delivering these messages. Show us the positive side of our children.
Sure.
We want to hear the positive side. That yes, there is this we're calling autism, but again, if you do it this way, navigate that way, it's gonna be well. What do you say, Lucy? Let them not show us the dark side of it, because there's always a positive
Maybe
side.
to add on that, so when I realized that,
So you go home?
not yet. I may not go home very quickly because I want to know what is this problem of autism.
Yes.
So I had to sit
down, and wait for the doctor to
I
finish.
wait the doctors to see the rest of the patients, and then to me, I don't know whether autism now is a disease or it is a condition. So I had to wait now, sweetie, talk with the doctor so that she can see how to help me. How am I going to be helped of my son? So after each and everything was done, nikachelewa mpaka around saa 10.
Hold on there.
Yes.
Viewers, allow us to go for a small commercial break. Remember, we are at Portland Sports Club, the place to be. We'll be right back. Dear viewers, I hope that you've enjoyed the view of Portland Sports Club. And before we went for the short break, Lucy was telling us something. We were somewhere.
Wow.
She's in a hospital, they've gone for diagnosis,
Yes.
the results are out,
Yes.
and she has demanded to sit down and wait for the doctor.
Yes.
Take us from there.
Yes. Thank you, Maureen.
Yes.
Yes, I was waiting now the doctor to be done with the rest of the patients so that I can know what now is autism. Is it a disease that can be healed? Now I wanted to sweet talk the doctor after that so that I can know which either the medication or what is to be done. So after everything, I got an opportunity to sit with Daktari, and of course she gave me the ear, and then after now taking me through the journey of what is autism, akaniambia hii, okay, she was not open enough to tell me now this one, you should know it's not it's
not
a
going
disease
anywhere.
or it is a condition that is not to be healed now or soon, but at least she told me what to do with therapies. So she told me about the therapies and where to go. And because for me, I was eager, it's like a medication was to be taken and I want this one to quicken very fast. I sweetly talked to the doctor. Where can we be meeting? Because me coming to therapy here, it is very expensive. In fact, the hospital's therapy was very expensive. So I felt like if the doctor can do me a favor, whatever is being done in the hospital still can be done can be done out of office or out of that hospital that is.
Yes.
So I negotiated with her. She was very positive to help me, and she told me, in fact, basically, I will help you. She was helping me. I don't want to talk over the charges, because of course it was an agreeable amount or something that we settled on, and I see that when it is okay, I can afford this.
Yes.
But because I was looking forward towards, if my son is taking therapy with this doctor, I knew this one is something that will just come and it is done. What the doctor never told me, it is the condition that is a lifetime. But you deal with it or can be shaped in this manner.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't want to blame her. Maybe it's their professional way of handling things. You know, at times maybe you gauge the parent. Na unaona huyu nikimwambia hii maneno au nitaharibu kila kitu. So at times they might hold some information like that, maybe tell you at a later date. Because you can imagine, yes, autism, this is a lifetime disease. I don't think they do that.
Yes.
Professionally, I think they are very smooth. They are very smooth, so they'll take you very slowly. Kwanza akusome.
I don't blame her in that.
Yes.
I don't blame her in that,
Yes,
because
yes.
might be that is what I wanted to hear.
sparing
Because
you.
what I wanted to hear is my son will be well,
Will be well.
Okay.
and will be back to school. It's like therapy was to be gone through just 1 week, and then after 1 week is done, then my son will be back to normal. So we arranged with the coming Sunday.
So you begin the therapy.
Yes, we begin the therapies. And unfortunately that Sunday I was to go for therapy. So the same doctor called me. She wrote me a message and told me, Lucy, I'm not available. I have a family issue, and I had to accept. And I was like, when I sat down back, nikajiuliza, must I move with this doctor? Why don't I look for something else like a therapy? So I started now looking for where therapies are done.
Yes.
And I went to Kenyatta.
Okay.
So all my mind now was with where do I get a hospital that can offer the therapy.
For the interest of our viewers, because we are watched globally, our viewers, Kenyatta is the main public hospital in our country. Yes, that is where you went.
Exactly. So when I went there again, I had to go like still through another checkup for another doctor.
Yes.
But I liked the doctor. She explained to me.
The one in Kenyatta?
Yes.
Our national hospital?
Yes.
The government,
Yes.
you're doing good?
Yes.
You're doing good.
I would advise people, don't go to the other hospitals. Me, I wouldn't recommend them. Kenyatta was the best. No.
You did sure?
No.
But you remember,
Therapists. I'm talking
Maureen,
of therapists.
even the other parents who came here,
They also said
they
the same.
also advocated for level 5.
Government. We are always complaining about government this, government
government
that.
this time
government
we're proud of
sijui nini. This time, thumbs up, government. Continue doing.
thumbs up, yes.
Because I think they're that parent
Yeah.
saying, you know, with the therapies, government
go to
hospitals are the best.
Yeah.
I'm saying that because, not because the rest are not doing well.
Yes.
They are doing very well.
Yeah.
But now this one is expensive. And
Because of the cost.
Because of the cost, yeah.
And again, this condition, it is not like for the rich or for the poor. Whichever it is generalizing. So I'm saying this one to the standard.
Yes.
If you feel like going to special, it is well. But I would recommend Kenyatta.
Allow me to say this to our viewers. We are not here to crucify anybody. We are not here to downplay anybody.
No.
So for the private hospitals, we didn't say that you're not doing a great job. Actually, you are doing a very great job. She's just trying to say that for those who cannot afford your services,
Yes.
then it would
There's
be
an
ideal.
option.
There's an option of going to the national hospitals, the government hospitals.
Yeah.
So please, we're not trying to say that to down look on you.
Yes.
Yes, please.
So
Yeah.
when I went to Kenyatta, the doctor whom I met, I have said, as I had said, she explained it to me very well, in detail.
Wow.
And she allowed me to digest it. Lucy, I want you to understand this one is a condition. And it is not about anything to do with either inheritance. It's not about inheritance. It is about a condition that it's not known the cause, but understand this is what your son has.
Mr. Martin, allow me, can you remember the name of the doctor? We don't mention names in this show, but for this one, really, if you recognize, I just say Dr. So-and-so, we'll just say thumbs up to her, if you can remember the name.
I mean, not exactly, but I remember just the name Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, wherever you are.
Dr. Elizabeth.
Dr. Elizabeth.
From Kenyatta Hospital.
Hey, Congole, congratulations.
Yes.
You're doing well.
So
Continue doing so.
I left there a relieved mother, accepting this is not a, it's not a condition that I am ready to do away with it tomorrow. It is a question of time.
Yes.
And from then, I started the therapies.
Wow.
I started the therapies with James because I felt, Lucy, the responsibility you have here is not about anything more. It's about your son. And I knew what he will become in the future is about myself. So slowly by slowly, with a lot of prayers, let me say about prayers. Prayers. I did a lot of prayers. And I believe God gave me that what we call the grace.
The grace.
Because you need that grace to walk with that kind of a condition and to accept.
Yes, true. It's true. It's true.
So I started therapies. I thank God that I was out of the out of the company
Denial.
and all that company, because if it was not a matter of business,
Yes.
I don't know how you could have managed it.
Oh, so now you have
Because
time.
at times you may even fail to go to that job.
Okay.
He was going to therapy 3 times in a
In a
week.
week. Wow.
3 times in a week. And I was believing it was working. It is working. So he started getting the speech slowly by slowly,
Ah.
slowly by slowly. And then later on, I incorporated a teacher. He started teaching him slowly by slowly. A teacher who was very patient. But by then, he was already out of the normal school. The doctor advised me, kindly don't take him to the special school.
Okay.
Yes, that is the best advice I think that doctor gave me.
And at this time, is he taking any medication? Is he on any
No,
medication?
no. James has
medicine.
never taken any medicine apart from supplement.
Or supplements?
I got a supportive system, a supporting system. There are groups. There is a group that we call Nimeshek Protocol. So I happened to go to see what they normally do.
Yes.
And I was enrolled by one of our colleagues because unajua ukikuwa na shida unatafuta watu na unajikuta unawapata. Shida ni mwalimu pia.
Yes.
So I had to go looking even the people with special kids, and when I meet them I will talk to them.
Yes.
Yeah, you look for support
Yes.
groups.
Support
Support
system.
groups.
In fact, from there I became like a doctor. Nikiona mtoto ako na tuvitu twake, nitakwambia huyu ako na hyperactivity.
Yes.
Na sasa I sweet talk, ninamuuliza mnaendaga therapy wapi? So from there, I got in that group. So whatever they were recommending, I would try to follow. If it is about the diet and all that, I had also to train my girl, my house help.
Yes.
Na yeye alikuwa mzuri. She did great job. I thank God that she was very, very patient with my boy.
She didn't run away.
Yes, I tell you, God is great.
Nice.
Yes. So she was very patient with him. Na akamwelewa.
Yes.
We used to do prayers. Prayers, I think that is what has made me to be the way I am.
Wow.
Yes. And James now, after therapies at Kenyatta, he was getting speech slowly by slowly. But at the same time, hakuna kitu alikuwa anashika kuandika.
Yes.
Yes, lakini akishika kawibo, unasikia anaiba kawibo this week. Next week, he drops it and he picks another one. That one was a bit frustrating, eh?
Yes.
It was
Yeah, he is.
a bit
Yeah, he is.
frustrating.
We have to
James,
don't take
juice.
juice.
No juice.
Can
You
you
can't
give-
take juice because he'll be.
Okay, it's okay. Director, can you check for give him go and get your glass jet. It's
Let
okay.
him have some chips, not the juice. The juice will make him be what do you call it?
Hyper.
Hyper. Yes, that's why.
Okay, he wants to
Oh
sit
yes,
with
not
us.
to sit to the mom. It's okay. In this show, we are real.
We are real.
James has decided he needs to come.
Okay, sit here. I know
You
you
need some handkerchief. You need some handkerchief.
Yeah, I can.
Don't take, Baba. Don't take.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't
I
take.
know.
No, it's okay.
Wow.
Yeah, it's okay.
Hapana, trouser haiwezi ukatoa hapa.
It's okay. It's okay.
I hope we are still going on, eh?
No, wachana na hiyo.
Yes. Yes, so that the viewers
Wow.
can see
Anataka kitu
what
kingine
happened.
sasa.
Okay.
No, we might be
What can
saying-
we get for him? What can,
Yes.
Mom, what can we get for him?
Kashai.
Let the viewer understand
Take-
what the mom goes through.
Director, get for
Isn't
us
it?
tea.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Our viewers, we are a
Yeah.
little afraid of the sugar. It's going to affect him.
Yeah,
That's
you
why
can
we
give
are
him.
denying him. This, and it's good that it's happening right in front of the cameras, and everybody can see.
Yes.
A child with a disability does not take sugar.
Yeah, thank you very much. So no sugar for him, eh?
No sugar,
No
but
sugar.
just a little coffee. Yeah,
Yes.
yours is urgent. Let me give it to you.
Yes.
Here we go. No, we
In
don't do
this show,
sugar.
we are
don't
real.
do sugar.
Things happen,
Sugar.
and we accept them.
Wait for the tea.
Well,
You are thirsty.
there are no perforations for this. Oh, here.
You are thirsty. What is
Check
it?
this. Some little. You can take
Yeah,
coffee.
I think so.
Some little.
Yeah,
Tonic.
it's okay.
Okay.
This is
James,
coffee.
wait, yes.
This is coffee, James.
Yeah, just a little. Not so much.
little bit.
Yeah, that's enough. Yes. James,
You take maziwa. Okay?
It's
Maziwa.
hot, I think.
it's very hot.
It's hot.
You
Right?
have to wait.
It's hot.
So young man, you're gonna wait a bit.
It's hot. Huh?
We can go on even as he waits for his coffee.
It's all right.
Yeah,
alright.
so
What
therapy
is
and
it?
he started
Are you
improving.
uncomfortable? Hapana, trouser usitoe. Trouser hakuna haja ya kutoa.
So viewers, this is what today we treated to, which is a very good thing that is happening right in front of everyone. This is what parents who are blessed with children with special needs go through. Unexpected events come our way, and we are comfortable, and it's a nice thing because it's making you, our viewer, understand, and it's also making you come close to reality, so that out there, when you see a child behave the way you just seen, then you will not. I see people laugh. I see people pointing fingers
Even judging that this
or
is
judging,
in
saying it's
case.
indiscipline. It is not indiscipline.
Take your time and learn.
It's an activity that is happening in the child's mind, and it's beyond control. And there are triggers that can bring this. So please bear with us, and it's a good thing that because the lesson now is so pronounced, everybody has seen what has happened. The young man just pumped in, and yeah, we had to. The show had to take a different direction.
No, it is okay. We are here because of him.
Yes.
Yes, and I think it's okay.
And so, just like Lucy, you've been telling us good stuff, really. And at this point, I want to know, I want our viewers to understand, because we are here to advocate for disability inclusion in the community.
Yes.
How is the community treating both you and your son? Do you think the community is up to date in matters dealing with children with special needs? Like you go with him to the market or to the shopping malls, and then these hyperactivities are play. How does the community relate?
Yes, it has been happening. Eh?
Yes.
I thank God right now.
Yes.
He has outgrown some of the things. Eh?
Yes.
Because as they grow up,
Yes.
I think there are some of the things they normally outgrow, like hyperactivity right now.
Yes,
It is not at the top. In fact, it is
It's going
coming
down. Okay.
Yes, but at times they will be aggressive.
Okay.
There before.
Yes.
It's
a bit hot, young man.
It's hot, James.
Wait
Wait a
yes,
bit.
a little bit.
Wait, James. Huh?
It's okay. It's a bit hot.
So-
I'm gonna take care of this.
For one, I had to accept Lucy, you are the one who was dealing with this kid. Eh?
Yes.
And I said, this is my son.
Yes.
And out of you, you will become a great man. That is what I tell him every day.
Yes.
James, you are becoming a great man in this nation. I speak to him that one every day. So whatever thing that I may make it myself, it to happen.
Yes.
And that one to become real. That is what I do to him. So if it is now incorporating the teacher in my house,
Yes.
to deal with him privately at the same time he gets the studies in school,
Yes.
that is what I do. For him, he know how to read,
Yeah,
he
we saw
know
before
how
the
to
show.
write. Whatever it is, the problem could be, it is the concentration. The concentration part of it is a bit,
span is
the span
short.
is a bit short.
Lucy, let me ask you a question.
I'm heading there to add up about the community, how
Yes.
they take it. Eh?
Yes.
Remember I told you I was a teacher.
Yes.
So in discipline matters, I had tried
Yes.
to do what I can,
Yes.
but it couldn't work.
Yes.
But I knew, James, you can't be left indoors because you needed to know what happens in the society,
Yes, yes.
what happens outside your house or outside your home.
Yes.
So I may not leave him when I'm going to the supermarket.
Yeah.
When I'm happening to have my own rides, James must be with me. And I allow the people even in my locality to know this is my son and this is how he is.
So you have created awareness
Yes.
wherever you are.
At the same time,
Yes.
not once or twice, I have got charities. Because when you go to the supermarket or somewhere else, I remember there is a time that I went to the bank and I went with my both children. And one of the guys, because he became too hyper, one of the guys akamchuna akamwambia wacha kuruka huko. And I was very mad.
Wow.
Yes, I was a bit mad because the
That's
way
wrong.
he took it as an indiscipline case.
I said so.
As an indiscipline case.
Yes.
As
Allow
an-
him to be.
Yeah.
he took it as an indiscipline case.
Yes.
And I was like, I wish you may understand what we are going through.
Yes.
I wish I give you this boy
Yes.
for around 5 minutes you deal with
Yes,
him.
yes.
And you can't.
So I would tell people it is good to avoid the judgments very fast. It is good to understand before you just speak words.
Yeah.
Because you may be hurting them. I felt very bad in a way. Not once or twice I have seen that. And I normally try to hold my boy, the hand. I have now to hold the hand, especially when I'm going somewhere. And also I speak very fast.
Lucy, do you think the society needs to up their game in accepting these children and learning how to live with them without judging them, like Maureen said, judging them? Because you've given us classic examples
Yes.
here that even somebody in the supermarket pinched, thinking it's a... So do you think the community needs to rise up and accommodate these children and
Yes.
learn how these children are here and how to relate to them?
They are not yet sensitized, what do we call it?
Sensitized.
Yes, about this condition.
Yes.
Not many of them, it is in their
That's what I
mind
was asking.
that we still have different labels, because this is not disability.
It's not.
Me, I normally take it is different labels.
Yes.
Abled, because what James can do, his sister can
Does
do.
he have specific talents?
Yes.
What are his talents?
He normally do a lot of music. He has very good tunes.
Yes.
When he hears a tune of a certain song, even if he may not repeat exactly the words, you will hear him doing that kind of mimics.
Yes.
Anarudia that tune
Yes.
very well,
Yes.
very well.
Yes.
Which his sister cannot do.
Yes.
Piano playing, he do it very well.
Great.
Right now we have a piano. There is
Great.
a guy who helped us to have piano in the house.
Great.
I salute you, Carol's family. They did
Tell
help
them.
me for that.
Where's the camera? Tell them.
Yeah.
Yes. Rose Wakaro and Wakaro himself, you have really done a great job, especially in supporting us, giving me encouragement, especially the time you are down, because you are also human. We go down sometimes.
Yes.
And they have worked with us.
Great.
And they have supported us.
Yes.
And any other person who have come to our support. Yes, it's a
So
great
they also
honor.
bought him the piano.
Yes,
Oh,
they
that
helped
is so
me to
nice.
acquire that piano.
Wow. So
Yeah,
nice.
and also he do swimming very well.
Okay.
Yes, he is nurtured well.
Yeah, you saw the swimming pool and he
Yeah.
wanted to
He
jump.
went wild.
So yeah, the mother had
He
contained
do
it.
it very well.
Tell me, how difficult is it to find a school that can accommodate your son? Is it a difficult thing? Are there schools that are willing to take him in? Or is there a challenge?
I thank God because the school he is in right now, he went to a special school like 2 times. And then it was not working out very well for him because we still had children who were more severe than him. But for him, when he went to a normal school, he was doing very well. And knowing in mind, I have also looked for a teacher who will be there for him indoors and also in school.
Yes.
I thank PEFA school for accommodating my son. Yes, accommodating him, and especially for him to learn. Even they normally adapt the behaviors from other people.
Yes.
And the minute they get a bad behavior, that is what they put in their memory.
Yes.
And when they get something that is good, they also put it in their memory. They are very good in memorizing things. Yes. So
And you having said that they are good in memorizing things,
Yes.
that means that
you want to know?
their feelings are up to
You just take your tea.
their
You know how to
feelings.
take care of himself.
Okay,
Right.
it won't burn. It's a little hot.
Slowly. Atajua vile
Okay.
atafanya, anajua kumanage.
Okay. Thank you. You've done pretty well. So
What
you
do
having
want? Okay. Stand.
you having said.
Any problem? Okay, bye.
Okay.
Sorry.
There we go. There we go. There we go. So you having said that. All right. You having said that it means that he has feelings, and that brings me, Maureen, to another place. That James is okay and is growing like any other child,
Yes.
and his feelings are up to date.
Of course, of course.
And I know that as he grows up, he gets a clear understanding of what is happening around him. And in this show, like Maureen said, we keep it real. This is a reality show, just like we saw it. And we are all learning. Everyone is learning. Our viewers are learning. We are also learning. Nobody has got it all together. And at any given opportunity, because we are all learning, we learn. In this show, we advocate for something called disability etiquette. And I want to educate all of us, our viewers, ourselves here, that because their feelings are okay, and these children are growing, we use a more polite language. We avoid as much as possible to use degrading language, like normal. Instead of normal, we replace with regular. Regular is a bit polite. When you say normal, and then later in the days they look like, then there's abnormalities.
Yes.
And you see here, we didn't see any abnormality. I didn't see any abnormality.
There
It's
is
only
no
that he's
abnormality.
able differently, Maureen. And so I feel we need to also learn, all of us, and then we have some etiquette when we address it, so that we don't downgrade our children
Yes.
and say they are abnormal. So let's avoid the word normal. So use a more polite one, like regular school, a regular child. Like that's my prayer for even to our viewers and everybody else who comes to the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Regular school, eh?
Regular.
Regular school. Yeah, well, it's another new
So our director tells us that we have very few minutes, if any, to go.
Yes.
So Lucy, you're trying to tell us, or you came to tell us that there's hope in
a
these
lot
children.
of hope.
A lot of it.
There is a lot of hope. If you just get to point out or to know what your child is best in,
Yes.
And you pick it.
and you nurture that one,
Yes.
these kids can become a great people in this nation.
Yes.
It's only that we normally take it as if it is a disability kind of and they can't work with other people. But if we just get to pick, this is what he can do best.
Yes.
That's why we normally say they are differently
Able.
abled. What James can do better is not what other autism kid can do.
Lucy, you think there's future for James?
A lot of future.
There's future.
This is my hope for tomorrow.
Oh, yes?
Yes. This is my hope for tomorrow.
Thank you.
He's becoming
That's
a
the
great
spirit.
man. Yes.
That's the spirit we need in this show. Yes, that's the spirit.
He's becoming
There
a
is
great man.
there is future for James. There is future, Maureen, for any child with disability. They are going to live a full life. That is what we are hearing
Exactly.
from Lucy.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And keep it up. You've done very well. I'm proud of you. Auschidys Trust is proud of you.
Yes.
Glory to God.
Yes, and I'm sure you continue speaking the good gospel outside there.
Yes, yes.
Continue holding hands of parents who are younger in this. Let's hold hands together. Let's move together as a block, and let's give our children some future.
And also our society.
And also we sensitize the society.
Yes.
Yes,
And actually, that's why this show is here.
yes,
I think this show was born because of that.
yeah,
When you got the call to do that, to sensitize,
Yes.
having gone through that
Having-
kind of life.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
So this show is here to sensitize the society.
Yes.
And so we are trying to tell them, please stop, as you said, using the degrading
Yeah,
Yes,
language.
yes.
language. Stop judging people's children or
Yes.
other people without, learning why.
Why?
Yes.
Yes.
Stop throwing words.
Yes.
You know what they are going through. Don't pinch them, don't beat them, don't say these kids are indisciplined. No, that's why we are here. And I'm sure our viewers are learning each
Yeah.
and every day.
Yeah.
With every show they are learning. Oh, kumbe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because maybe probably some of them, even some of us maybe might be victims.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. So that's why this show is here. And as my co-host said, we are very proud of you. You are doing a great job, even going beyond what we expect. Like getting a
she's
private
a single
teacher.
mother.
You can imagine. Yes.
Very
Maybe
strong,
just
very
Maureen, to cut you a bit.
Yeah.
The other thing is about getting my colleagues with the same condition.
Yes.
It's good we try to get to the worlds,
Yes.
to the world of our kids.
Yes.
Not them to come to our world.
Yeah.
It's us who normally go to their
Okay.
world.
Yes.
Okay.
Those children have feelings.
Yes.
Try to understand
understand
their
them.
language. They
Yes.
normally speak.
Yeah.
These
They do.
kids communicate.
No, they do. I know.
They
I know.
normally
I know they
communicate.
do.
Oh.
Get to their world
Yes.
and you'll communicate.
Yeah, you'll communicate.
Assume there is no other kid who is like him. Don't try to compare your kid with other kids.
Great.
I want my kid to be like the other one.
Great.
For me, I don't compare James with Jockey. James is different, Jockey is different.
Yes.
And no comparison.
No comparison.
I get to the world of James and try to see what he can do best.
Yes.
Well done. I'm picking, as we finish, I'm picking some few things. I'll mention a few. Attitude. Attitude is everything in
Yes.
this condition.
Yes.
Yes. When you have the positive attitude, then you are likely to conquer.
Yes.
Another thing is the positive confessions.
Yes.
And I think in our churches, my pastor is always talking about, confessing good things
Confessing
about
good.
yourself, about your life, about people around you, about your children. It is very important. And I like that you do that.
Yes.
So for parents with children who are able differently, do not tell them, wewe ni mjinga, wewe sijui kama baba yako, kama sijui nani. No, we don't. Here in this show we say we are not going to speak that language.
Yes.
Confess good things about them. Tell them good things every day.
Yes.
The power of the mouth,
Yes.
power of confession. Tell them you'll be, and I like the way we've been telling James, you'll be a great man in this nation. You'll do this. You'll go far.
looking towards
That is very
that.
important. Thank you very much for your story.
Karibu
I am
sana.
sure it is going to encourage someone out there. It is going to inspire someone to be a better parent and even to take these conditions and this disability world better. Isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. So, viewers, we have come to the end of our show today. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Mr. Martin, thank you very much. Thank you for this vision. I'll keep on telling you so. Thank you very much. Thank you, Lucy.
Karibu
We
sana.
have learned so much from your story. I feel so inspired. We have learned something. Thank you very much.
Karibu.
To our viewers, thank you very much for viewing our stories. The last time we were here, we were talking about, we were at 1.1K.
Now we're 1.2.
Within a week, 1.2.
Yes.
Meaning, 100 more people have viewed our stories. What
Yes.
can we say? Thank you very much. Continue supporting us. And as I always say, when you watch these stories, when you share, when you like, we are reaching more people.
Yes.
And we are likely to influence, a better,
Yeah.
we are able to influence more people.
Yes.
Yes, because that is our aim, to make a difference in the society. Matters disability. Thank you very much. See you next week with more stories.